Nightmare in the Abandoned House. On a dark, cloudy night, Emma stood before an old abandoned house deep in the forest. The decaying walls and broken windows gave off an eerie, unsettling feeling. Despite her fear, curiosity pushed her forward. The door creaked loudly as she pushed it open, revealing a hallway cloaked in deep shadows. Dust and dried leaves covered the floor, and the dim moonlight from outside barely penetrated the darkness within. With a small flashlight in hand, Emma ventured into the hallway. Strange, unsettling sounds echoed from somewhere deeper inside the house, and the dim light from her flashlight revealed eerie, distorted shadows along the walls. She tried to calm herself, but a sense of being watched lingered heavily around her. As she explored further, Emma entered a small room. In the middle stood an old, dusty mirror. But when she looked into it, her own reflection was nowhere to be seen. Instead, a dark, shadowy figure stared back at her from the glass. Panic surged through her as she realized the reflection wasn't her own. Frozen with fear, her heartbeat thundered in her ears. Suddenly, the sound of heavy footsteps echoed from the hallway. Something was coming toward her. Without thinking, Emma turned and fled, her footsteps quick and frantic. She rushed down the hallway, her flashlight swinging wildly, casting sporadic beams of light as she ran. Behind her, terrifying shadows seemed to follow, moving closer with each passing second. She stumbled upon an old wooden staircase leading to the second floor. The stairs creaked under her weight, and one of the steps suddenly gave way beneath her foot, causing her to stumble, gasping. She continued upward, feeling the floor shifting dangerously beneath her. The house felt alive, decaying, but still somehow full of malice. At the top, Emma reached a locked door. She banged on it, desperately trying to escape whatever was pursuing her. Whispered voices seeped through the cracks, unintelligible and terrifying, as if someone or something was on the other side. Her hands trembled as she struggled with the lock, unable to open the door. Turning around, she saw it, a shadowy figure slowly advancing toward her. Its glowing red eyes pierced through the darkness, its skin dark and cracked. Emma's flashlight illuminated its horrifying face. As she backed away in terror, she needed to find another way out. Thinking quickly, Emma slipped into a small closet in one of the rooms, hoping to hide. The closet was cramped and dark, filled with old, dusty clothes. She pressed her hand over her mouth to silence her breathing. Through the small crack in the door, she saw the shadowy figure enter the room, moving silently as it searched for her. Her heart pounded in her chest as she stayed completely still, or trying not to make a sound. After what felt like an eternity, Emma finally saw an opportunity and bolted out of the room, rushing down the stairs and out the front door. Gasping for breath, she found herself outside, standing in the moonlight. The door slammed shut behind her with a deafening bang. And once again, the abandoned house was swallowed by silence and darkness. As she stared back at the house, the faint moonlight began to disappear behind the clouds, plunging the entire forest into complete blackness.